Kendrick, dog.
I woke up, Kendrick dropped.
Kendrick dropped today.
Ain't no way this nigga dropped the album.
Kendrick Lamar just dropped this whole album. Let's see what you got for me, K-Dot.
All right, y'all. It looks like Kendrick Lamar is back with a new track, and let me tell you, everyone is talking about it. So, K-Dot just set the music world on fire again. No promo, no warning, just boom. A surprise album drop. The name, GNX. And trust me, it's already shaking up the industry. Now fans are going crazy, and I can't really blame them. One person even wrote, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Okay, but what about the top celebs and rappers? Well, they have plenty to say, especially after fans pointed out that Kendrick might have included a few diss here and there. But before we dive in, let's talk about the album first, because K-Dot did not hold back at all. This album closes out a wild year for Kendrick, one packed with victories and headlines. Remember the feud with Drake, the diss tracks that had the world buzzing? Yeah, GNX isn't letting that fade into history. In fact, the album drops bars that subtly, or not so subtly, reference the beef. Not Like Us wasn't just a diss track. It became the diss track. A Billboard Hot 100 chart topper with 5 Grammy nominations? That's not just beef. It's a buffet of wins for Kendrick. And who can forget Kendrick's Juneteenth concert? A victory lap in his hometown, packed with stars and 5 back-to-back performances of Not Like Us. He even addressed some hot topics, including Lil Wayne and his friends' frustration over Lamar being chosen by Jay-Z and the NFL to headline the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. Of course, we can't forget how he called out Snoop Dogg for sharing Drake's diss track, Tailor-Made Freestyle. Despite being puzzled by Drake using an AI-generated version of Snoop's voice, it was just a lot, y'all. Because of this, hip-hop Twitter is on fire, and people have been dissecting Kendrick's latest tracks and the shots he's fired at his rivals. Celebs and rappers also have shared their 2 cents about the album. Take Lil Nar, who was clearly not happy about Kendrick's Lil Wayne diss. He tweeted, "No Lil Wayne disrespect allowed." On social media, TDE artist Ray Vaughn also made waves, boldly declaring, "Kendrick is the best rapper alive, period." This sparked heated backlash, especially from Lil Wayne fans who defended Weezy's legendary 2000s run when he made similar claims. The drama escalated when Ray Vaughn clapped back at one particularly critical user with a provocative and controversial retort and commented, "Go eat your mama's and get TF off my post, sir," further fueling the fiery debate. And then there's Snoop Dogg, who also tweeted about K-Dot's latest release. Yup, Snoop Dogg. But contrary to what people were thinking, Snoop actually seemed amused by Kendrick's track. Snoop tweeted, "New album GNX. It was the edibles. West King. And how about Kendrick's #1 nemesis Drake? Well, it looked like Drizzy was just chilling while the internet was dragging his name yet again." The rapper posted a mirror selfie on Instagram, which fans believe was his way of trolling those who thought he'd be upset by K-Dot's successful release. But despite Drake's efforts to appear unbothered, fans were quick to mock him for losing to Kendrick once again. So, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar's GNX?
Lil Wayne appeared to address Kendrick Lamar's reference to him on Lamar's latest album, GNX, with a call for peace but a stern warning, "I shall destroy if disturbed." Sharing his thoughts on X, Wayne didn't directly name Lamar but wrote, "Man, what I do? I just be chillin' and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction. Not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me. Love." Lamar's mention of Wayne came in the track Whacked Out Murals, where he rapped, "I used to bump the Carter 3. I held my Raleigh chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Got the Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All the agitated, I'm just glad it's on they faces." The verse seems to reflect tension stemming from the NFL's decision to select Lamar as the headliner for the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show instead of Wayne. When Lil Wayne found out he wasn't going to be performing, he released a video expressing his disappointment, openly sharing his frustration about being overlooked for the coveted opportunity.
That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about, it hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position, like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all are amazing. It made me feel like not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like you guys reminded me that I ain't without y'all. And that's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together, but my God, have you all helped me. Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, even my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity. But I'm working on me.
Don't ever forget it. Don't ever let these guys try and tell you different.
You knew Drake was gonna respond to Kendrick's new album, right? From out of nowhere, Drake appeared on stream alongside his fellow Canadian XQC for a night of gambling and talking down on his enemies. This came just one day after XQC clearly picked a side in the beef by declaring that Kendrick's new album was trash.
Hold on.
Watch it, y'all, baby mom.
It's garbage.
Meanwhile,
Over the course of the stream, Drake let off several shots in the direction of his many enemies. In terms of Kendrick, he alluded to fake allegations and their inability to bring him down. In all likelihood, suggesting that the claims he was into underage girls have nothing to them.
I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering. But you need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it.
In another attempt to undermine his enemy, he announced that his upcoming tour would get underway the same day that Kendrick will perform at the Super Bowl halftime show.
February 9th, for anybody that's watching from Australia, I'm coming back to Australia the first time in 8 years. February 9th.
February 9th.
Wait a minute.
Embarrassing! And if you think that's a coincidence, then you're a very trusting individual. Since the clips went online, leaked text messages saw Kendrick declaring to one of his inner circle that Drake was tripping, but he wasn't the only one who caught some smoke. After a track by The Weeknd came on during the stream, Drake promptly asked for it to be changed.
You have to switch this song up. You have to switch this one. We're real Sixers. We're real Sixers.
In another indirect reference to his fellow enemy from the Six, Drake also began bragging that he was the king of the city.
God, love, biggest Sixer. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever let these guys try and tell you different.
Another individual whose name came up on the stream was none other than Metro Boomin. At one stage, the track Trance, which Drake once contributed to before Metro left him off the finished version, played with Drake coyly expressing his enjoyment of the song.
Oh yeah, I like this song.
Give me okay.
This follows the man behind BBL Drizzy, revealing that his feud with Drake was all overblown. Although his issues with those three are well known, what people probably weren't expecting was for Steve Lacy to catch some strays. Check this out.
This guy's like a fragile opera. It's a good song though.
It's safe to say that Steve was just as confused as everyone else, responding to the news with several sarcastic posts. It's unclear exactly how Steve got that kind is shade. Aside from performing at the Pop-Out show, Steve is also from Compton and has collaborated with Kendrick in the past on tracks like Pride from the Pulitzer Prize-winning Damn. With Kendrick now back outside and Drake still sending subliminals, who knows what happens from here. But by the sounds of it, the feud between them and their camps isn't going to be over any time in the near future.
Lamar's unexpected release of GNX, all eyes have turned to Drake, anticipating his next move. On Sunday night, Drake rapper made waves during X-Key's live stream. where he shared several exciting updates. These included news about his joint album with Party Next Door, plans for an upcoming tour in Australia, and what seemed to be a subtle reference to his well-known feud with the Compton rapper.
I guess I should give a little intro, I'm Drake, this is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music, in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering. Right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
Words live by.
Words to live by. Real talk. Cheers
Chat.
to everybody. Love. W's for everybody. Maxes tonight. Anitas.
Kendrick Lamar was reportedly made aware of Drake's subtle dig, and, according to a text exchange with a friend, he simply laughed it off. Meanwhile, during the live stream, Drake requested The Weeknd's music be turned off, hinting at ongoing tension between the two artists who no longer see eye to eye.
This song, though.
It's on a play, so I'm like...
Have to switch this one. We're real sixers. We're real sixers. They're real six side. We don't listen to that.
Yeah.
And what else? Update. Party Next Door album. Me and Party's album, like 75% done. Shout out to PX, cooking right now. Album sounds incredible. Shout out to the Six, the whole city. Anybody watching from Canada, we love you. What else?
How much, how many songs in an album, usually? I think they have to use more, Mind, Body, and Soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
Words live by.
Words to live by. Real talk.
The pot after he allegedly decided to hit the booth and record a response to Kendrick Lamar's most recent diss track. Here's what happened. Okay, so we all know that K-Dot just dropped a bombshell in the guise of a surprise album. I mean, did you guys expect GNX? Because I did not. Anyway, here we have it, and people are talking about it nonstop, especially since fans are pointing out that Kendrick allegedly dissed his rivals one more time. And no, I am not just talking about Drizzy, I'm talking about Lil Wayne. Yup, the internet is accusing K-Dot of taking shots at Lil Wayne. I mean, we all love the beef and the drama, right? Now, there have been a lot of rumors going around on the internet, most suggesting that Lil Wayne was not having Kendrick's shots. So much so that he's breaking out the booth to record a diss of his own. At least, that's what people are saying. For those who have been out of the loop, K-Dot's opening track, Waxed Out Murals, name-dropped none other than Lil Wayne. He was not subtle at all. But where did this all start? Basically, Kendrick's been riding high after being announced as the headliner for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. Big deal, right? But here's the kicker. It's Lil Wayne's hometown. And while we all know Weezy's a legend in the rap game, he wasn't chosen for the gig. Understandably, he's feeling a little left out. So, on his track, Kendrick raps about his admiration for Wayne, mentioning how much Thaw Carter 3 meant to him growing up. But then, he flips it. He talks about how his success, including that coveted Super Bowl spot, might have let Wayne down. It's deep, layered, y'all, and very much a classic Kendrick. While the alleged diss is huge right now, more people are still wondering, how does Wayne respond? Not with bars, not yet anyway. Instead, he hops on social media and posts, "Man, WTF I do? I just be chillin', and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep, I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love." But wait, there's more, because it seems like the tables are about to turn after Joe Budden shared some shocking details about how Lil Wayne allegedly reacted.
I'm hearing that somebody picked up the phone, tried to call and see what the energy was. I'm hearing that Kendrick didn't answer.
Because of this, Lil Wayne allegedly hit the booth and decided to record a diss of his own as a clapback. Here's where things get a little emotional. Fans are saying that Wayne's not just responding to some random line. Nope, this means a lot more than what meets the eye. This cuts deeper. A few months ago, after Kendrick was announced for the halftime show, Wayne shared a heartfelt video saying how much it hurt to be overlooked for the performance. He admitted he wasn't mentally prepared for that level of disappointment. It was raw, emotional, and now it's bubbling back up. While nothing is confirmed yet, fans are getting excited about what Joe said, and let's just say they're waiting eagerly for the coming days to see if this is indeed true. But what about you? Share your thoughts about this controversy and stay tuned for more. Drake's back at it, throwing shade at his former friend The Weeknd, and fans are saying, this just proves Drake is still not over Abel refusing to sign with OVO. Now, if you're confused about how Abel and Drake went from being BFFs to having beef, here's the scoop. It all started in October 2010 when Drake helped put The Weeknd on the map by showcasing him on his October's very own blog and posting a line from Abel's song, Wicked Games. Drake later hopped on The Weeknd's track, The Zone. And soon after, the two started working together on Drake's album, Take Care. By 2012, The Weeknd was blowing up big time, and Drake was trying to lock him down for OVO sound, with rumors flying that he wanted Abel to be his main ghostwriter. But in a surprise move, The Weeknd signed with Republic Records instead, scoring his own XO label deal in the process. Now Drake was salty about his, and he didn't try to hide it either. He took to X, formerly Twitter, to shade Abel, saying, "You won't get away with just a thank you. You owe me a favor." Now fast forward to October 2015, and The Weeknd decided to spill the beans on his involvement in Drake's album, Take Care. With rumors swirling that Drake was using ghostwriters, Abel cleared the air in a Rolling Stone interview, saying he gave Drake a bunch of tracks he had originally made for his own album. "I gave up almost half of my album. It's hard," Abel said. "I will always be thankful. If it wasn't for the light he shined on me, who knows where I'd be? And everything happens for a reason. You never know what I would say if this success wasn't in front of me now." And while it seemed for a moment like Drake and Abel had patched things up, it turned out Drake was just biding his time. Apparently, he was just waiting for the right moment to make his move. And that moment came when he went after Abel's ex, Bella Hadid. Drake even threw Bella a huge 21st birthday party at NYC's Socialista Lounge back in 2017. Since then, Drake and The Weeknd have been throwing little jabs at each other here and there. The latest one happened this year when Abel hopped on Metro Boomin and Future's We Don't Trust You project. On the track, All to Myself, Abel's lyrics had fans talking because it sounded like he was taking shots at Drake, especially when he sang about how glad he is he never signed with OVO. And then Drake decided to be petty again and leaked an old clip from OVO Fest 2013, where he's shown ignoring Abel backstage.
Good to see you.
You too, man.
Yes, sir. How are you? What's up, boy? You have fun?
Of course,
Yes.
bro. I almost cried before you.
Oh, okay. What's up, man? Yes. I'm glad you came, man.
And while The Weeknd didn't dignify Drake with a response and has pretty much stayed out of the ongoing industry-wide takedown of Drake, it looks like Drake is still holding a grudge because he just threw shade at Abel again during his appearance on XQC livestream. When The Weeknd's 2016 hit Starboy came on, Drake immediately called for it to be switched off, saying the real Sixers don't listen to that, implying that Abel doesn't deserve to rep Toronto.
Switch this on.
It's autoplay, you know, so I'm like...
Got to switch this one. We're real Sixers. We're real Sixers. The real six side. We don't listen to that.
You know what it is before?
Nah.
But Drake's moves aren't really landing how he expected, and fans are clowning him for still being salty that The Weeknd blew up without signing to OVO. One fan said, "Being the Weeknd stan that I am, Drake really salty that Abel left OVO because he wanted to stash him like he did Party." Cornier and someone else added, "Quick, ask him to check the Take Care album credits."
On Friday, November 22nd, K-Dot dropped his sixth studio album, GNX on X, shaking the hip-hop world to the core. But the real question was, would Kendrick leave his past behind, or would he come for his enemies? This album answers that loud and clear. Featuring 12 new songs, GNX gets its name from the Buick Grand National Experimental car, which was released in 1987, the year Lamar was born. Since its release, the album has been receiving rave reviews, but one man didn't really like it, and he made sure that everyone, including K-Dot, know immediately. That man is none other than Lil Wayne, and his visceral reaction is the reason why GNX will be the talking point of the industry for the foreseeable future. See, GNX opens up with Waxed Out Murals, a song that addresses a K-Dot mural in Compton being defaced in the wake of his Super Bowl halftime show announcement, having spent the entire year going after his arch enemy, Drake, and sparing no one in the process. Probably no one was expecting K-Dot's latest album to have a happy-go-lucky attitude, but the brutality in which he opens up the album is cold, even for K-Dot. Right from the get-go, Waxed Out Murals establishes one thing. F everyone as Lamar is heard rapping. The song, featuring the Spanish vocals of mariachi singer Dayra Barrera, then goes on to address the rumors that Drake tried to put money out in the streets for dirt on Kendrick Lamar. After firing off with both barrels at Drake, K-Dot then puts the bullseye on bigger game and targets Drake's boss, Lil Wayne. The second verse of Waxed Out Murals says, as you've probably heard by now, NOLA native Wayne has not been very supportive of NFL's decision to have Kendrick Lamar perform at the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. Even though he never really dropped Lamar's name in addressing the situation, Wayne talked how much it hurt, and how he felt ripped off of an opportunity he worked his whole life for.
That hurt. Hurt a lot. We know what I'm talking about. It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. So it hurt. It hurt a whole lot.
Lil Wayne was not the only person left disappointed after Lamar was announced as the headliner for the coveted halftime show. Mind you, prominent names in the industry, like Nicki Minaj, Birdman, Juvenile, Master P, and Cameron, all raised their concern over the selection. Minaj was definitely the most outspoken artist on the matter, and she chose to go after Jay-Z instead of K-Dot. According to Minaj, the choice of Lamar was simply boiled down to Jay-Z's ego. As the billionaire producers company Roc Nation is the NFL's live music entertainment strategist. In a long multi-post rant on X, Minaj openly targeted Hova by saying, denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no other reason but your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, the GOAT. While Minaj went hard after the people who booked Lamar and omitted from acknowledging the superstar rapper's overall success, Cameron was more reasonable in his take.
I love Kendrick Lamar. I love the pop-up. I think he's one of the top artists of this generation, period. Hate the selection. It's in New Orleans. You don't get Lil Wayne? That's what we doing?
Amidst all this turmoil, Kendrick Lamar was silent, but guess what? He was silent because he was getting ready to address his haters in Waxed Out Murals. Shortly after name-dropping Lil Wayne, K-Dot is heard spitting, and that was the bar that triggered Lil Wayne. Almost immediately after Lamar's album dropped and people started streaming it like crazy, Lil Wayne took to his socials once again, and Loki sent out a warning. Man, what the fuck I do? I just be chillin' and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me. Love. Don't know about you all, but I shall destroy if disturbed. Definitely sounds like the name of an upcoming diss track to me. Time will tell if K-Dot's beef with Drake will get bigger and encapsulate Lil Wayne. But Waxed Out Murals kinda suggests it will. By the way, Lil Wayne or Drake were not the only people who fell victim to K-Dot's wrath in Waxed Out Murals. Lamar is heard saying, this was obviously referring to Drake's controversial diss Tailor-Made Freestyle, which, to the surprise of many, featured AI-generated vocals from Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Thankfully, the godfather of the West Coast was able to take the dig, as he later praised Lamar's album while addressing this very verse. K.New album, GNX. It was the edibles. West King. This whole story looks destined to take a darker turn come Super Bowl. And before that, we have the Grammys to go through, where Kendrick Lamar has earned 7 nominations, including 5 for Not Like Us. God help us.
To DeMar DeRozan during the recent Kings vs. Raptors game. And you won't believe what just happened. You see, you may know that Drake and DeMar have developed some beef over the past months. Largely because after DeMar left the Raptors a few years back, his relationship with Drake seemed to go on hold, before DeMar recently associated himself with his fellow Californian Kendrick Lamar during the recent epic feud between K-Dot and Drizzy, where DeMar would hop on stage to vibe out to Kendrick's infamous song Not Like Us. And this did not sit well with Drake, who was known to be petty and was reluctant to let this one slide. Because in a recent matchup against the Kings in Toronto, in celebration of Vince Carter's jersey retirement, when Drake hopped on the mic to do some commentary, you won't believe what he said about DeMar.
Let's send it courtside to
Courtside reporter Drake.
This might be the last one, boys. I'll tell you that.
Ain't right,
Don't get me fired up tonight. Not gonna lie. Shout out to Vince Carter, man. I don't think people understand that's our first retired number, right?
And it's
so that's
a legit
incredible.
banner, too. That banner. It's
beautiful.
It's
Absolutely
spectacular, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're playing this goof tonight, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, we're going to take the break. You're going to stay with us.
I bet you are, huh?
Yeah.
I've had enough vodka soda grapefruits. It's time to take a break, huh? By the way, put the camera on Jessie Reyes. She looks 20 million out of 10 tonight. Let's get a camera shot of her. Forget these clowns.
Jesse, we have a...
Oh yeah, let's get a shot of her. Look at that. Wowzers. Wowzers. An absolute national treasure right there.
Yes, because after subtly referring to DeMar as a goof, he would show some of his simpy ways. However, what he said next was actually insane.
101.92. Jack and I.
Holy smokes.
Speaking of national treasure.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you were going to ask?
No. I didn't mention that.
Well, DeRozan and Kyle.
Yeah, well, shout out to Kyle.
The statues are next.
Well,
yeah.
They are. Drake, thank you for joining us.
Oh, they're cutting me.
Quarter.
I'm getting cut.
You're not.
Let's cut back to Jesse one more time before I get out of here, boys.
It's over. Wow. You could hear the clear resentment in Drizzy's voice, simply not allowing what seemed like a blatant betrayal from DeMar DeRozan to slide. And he wasn't shy in letting DeMar know how he thought about him all game from the sidelines. And when the Raptors came out with the overtime victory in the end, he took things even further.
The effort, the energy. Raptors with the win, 131-128.
However, in the postgame, DeRozan would clap back in a big way. And Drizzy may not have been expecting this one.
Have you thought how 10 might look next to 15 and 7?
Nah, it's crazy because, I try not to think about it. It's just more so cool to see Vince go up than, without a doubt, Cal gonna be up there. I rarely think about mines going up there unless it's mentioned to me, it's beyond honor. I'm always humble just the thought of that even being an opportunity.
Lamar, in tonight's broadcast, Drake said, if you ever put up the Rosen banner up, I'll go up there and put it down myself. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down, so I tell him good luck.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Joe. Thanks, bro. Thank you, Joe.
Not a bad comeback from the Californian, not holding back on the Drizzmeister.
Who's a better rapper, Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
For me, being from Compton, it resonates so in depth because every album, every verse, like I pinpoint that emotion and feeling. The bar for bar, like there's certain things he say with certain streets and lingo where I know exactly what that feeling feels like or what that meaning means. So to me, it's if you put me in that situation, it's Kendrick, but it's like also like I remember when Drake was making views, I was in Toronto, and I remember hearing it and knowing exactly the vibe and the feeling he was going for that was going on in the city. So that's what makes it so tough for me, that puts me in such a tricky, you know what I mean? Because I was there for both times. I've been there for so many albums of Drake and really understand where it come from and everything, you know what I mean? So for me to be thrown in it.
Anyways, follow Swish for all the latest updates on all things hoops. Until next time.
Speaking of national treasure.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you're going to ask?
No, I didn't mention that.
DeRozan and Kyle.
Lil Wayne, headline Super Bowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
Just as bad as I want to see my name at the top of that list.
My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so.
All right, y'all. It looks like there's some real tension brewing between two of the biggest names in hip-hop, Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar. Weezy just opened up about why he thinks Kendrick will never truly respect him, and the tea is hot. Let's get into it. So, the drama kicked off with Kendrick's track Whacked Out Murals, the opener to his latest album, GNX. In the song, Kendrick name-dropped Lil Wayne with the line, "Used to bump the Carter 3, I held my Raleigh chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down." Now, y'all, that's a lot to unpack. On one hand, it seems like Kendrick is paying homage to Wayne, but on the other, he's low-key saying he outworked him and left him in the dust. And let's be real, no one wants to be called out like that, especially not a legend like Wayne. Word traveled fast, and it wasn't long before Wayne caught wind of Kendrick's bars. Feeling some type of way, Weezy allegedly tried to reach out to Kendrick directly. According to Joe Budden, Wayne picked up the phone and tried to check the temperature with the Compton rapper.
I'm hearing that somebody picked up the phone, tried to call and see what the energy was. I'm hearing that Kendrick didn't answer.
Now, if you know Wayne, you know he doesn't take disrespect lightly. According to Joe Budden, when Kendrick didn't return the call, Wayne took it as a diss and decided to let the music do the talking. Joe spilled the tea on his podcast saying Wayne went into the booth. He gave Kendrick until he got in there to call him back. When that didn't happen, well, Wayne wasn't waiting anymore. What exactly did Wayne cook up in that booth? We'll have to wait and see, but you can bet it's going to be fiery. But that's not all. This feud has layers. Apparently, Wayne was already feeling some type of way after Kendrick was announced as the headliner for the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. And here's the kicker. The game is happening in New Orleans, Wayne's hometown. Ouch. Imagine being one of the most iconic artists from your city and watching someone else take that stage. Wayne admitted that the decision hurt him deeply.
In that moment, I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl, my dad for Lamar. And I work like to get that musician and it was stripping away something.
When Wayne finally spoke out publicly, he didn't hold back. In a tweet, he wrote, "Man, WTF I do. I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me. Love." Now, if that doesn't sound like a warning shot, I don't know what does. So, why does Wayne think Kendrick doesn't respect him? Well, it seems like Kendrick's Super Bowl gig and his decision to name drop Wayne in a less than flattering way are all signs that there's a lack of appreciation. Or at least, that's how Wayne sees it. Kendrick is known for being calculated with his lyrics, and ghosting Wayne could be his way of making a statement. Either way, the ball's in Kendrick's court now, and fans are dying to see how he'll respond, if at all. Oh, and make sure to check out our next video where we spill all the tea on Drake's latest lawsuit. You won't want to miss it.
And if I've learned anything this year, is that none of us, not a single one of us, not even me, should ever pick a fight with Kendrick Lamar. He will make your hometown not like you. The next time Drake sits courtside at a Raptors game, they're gonna Forrest Gump him. Sight's taken.
y'all, the whole drama between Kendrick Lamar and Drake just took an unexpected turn, and the deets are really messy as Drake has decided to step off the rap horse and climb the legal horse. And y'all, fans have been lashing out at Drake for this decision and saying this might be the final blow to his career, but it seems Drake doesn't care at all. Now y'all, this whole saga has had fans wondering who's gonna come out on top in this industry face-off and who's gonna lose it all for good. And boy, y'all better get your seatbelts and popcorn ready because this tea is hot and it's scalding. Now y'all, at the beginning of this whole beef, fans were having a good time as everyone initially saw the whole drama as a mere rap banter. But it seems Drake's ego got bruised along the way, especially when Kendrick Lamar savagely dissed him in his Super Bowl commercial when he said, "No round twos."
What the deal, everybody? My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it.
And y'all, to make things worse, not only did the same song Kendrick released earlier this year, dissing Drake, make it to the billboards, but it also had a whopping 900 million streams, which was far above the numbers Drake has ever had on any of his songs. Now y'all, Drake took this L way too personal, and y'all, the most interesting part is that there's a clip making rounds on the internet where fans can be seen singing "Not Like Us" at Drake while he's exiting the stage, and y'all, the look on his face is priceless, and I'm guessing that was what did it for him. In Kendrick's song, "Not Like Us," he made some pretty strong allegations against Drake, stating that he was into minors, but y'all, Drake didn't seem to have a problem with that initially until the song began to blow the roof off. Now y'all, a lot of fans are of the opinion that Drake's bitterness stems from a lot of things, and one of which is the fact that he lost the opportunity to headline the 2025 Super Bowl halftime, which he's always dreamt of. I mean, y'all, to show just how much Drake has always wanted it, he even mentioned it in his song First Person Shooter, where he talked about being the GOAT in the rap industry. Now y'all, Drake's beef is not only with Kendrick Lamar, but also with UMG and Spotify, and he's also suing them for conspiring with Kendrick and exaggerating the numbers of his listeners even when they knew the song contained defamatory verses against him. But y'all, if this isn't the peak of jealousy and immaturity, then I don't know what it is. I mean, where was his moral compass when he was also dissing Kendrick and his family in his songs? It's obvious Drake is just saying, if I can't win a rap battle or a Super Bowl headline against you, then I'ma try and win a legal battle. But boy, do fans already feel it's all gonna end badly for him. Now y'all, Kendrick is yet to respond to the whole legal suit, but UMG and Spotify have maintained that the allegations against them is just BS. But what do y'all think about this whole drama? Do y'all think Drake is biting way more than he can chew? Or do y'all think this lawsuit will stop Kendrick from performing the song at the Super Bowl come 2025? Now y'all, don't forget to like this video and stay tuned for more hot goss like this.